So hi, welcome to the Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
I'm Summy from the band Dead Lakes.
and we have some questions to say about the upcoming album, Daydreamer. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the singles that are out so far, since at the time of recording, it's not even announced yet?
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. For us, the pandemic kind of hit at like a bad time. So we didn't really get to tour off of like our last EP. And so we're quiet for quite a few years. And our first single that we dropped off the record, Wrong Way, has hit like 1 million streams on Spotify already, which is really cool for us because we never thought that would happen. So it's been awesome, and Stamina's doing great and got a lot of good feedback from industry people. So uh we're happy little naive boys. So
It's fucking awesome. The album
Yeah.
rocks.
Oh, yes.
did you guys get a chance to like listen to the whole thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, tough. Cool. You guys like it all right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Sweet. Yo, thank you guys so much, for real. It means a lot.
Of course.
Of course. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, absolutely. Daydreamer, the whole record's basically about um daydreaming of a life that you aren't living, when you're in like maybe like a personal hell or just like a bad time of life or whatever. And the record cover kind of complements that, because to me, like, your whenever it's basically like the emotions of like going on like a night drive by yourself, and the whole record is like a big roller coaster of all that. So we just envisioned like, after like a big blow up of your life or whatever, and you heading towards the dream that you're dreaming of, that would be the drive that you're taking there, so
Makes sense. All right.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah. So it was actually like written at the old house I stayed at quite a bit. It was like me and actually our former guitarist now. He helped write quite a bit of the like instrumentals of the record, and I played more of like an executive producer sort of role, just like saying like I think we should do something like, oh, okay, I like that, but let's change up these notes a little bit. And honestly, like our writing process happened over the pandemic, which, I've watched a little bit of a few of your podcasts, and other people have said similar things. But yeah, it was written over the time of the pandemic, and we had actually written like a whole record um, of songs that I don't know. I'm probably not really supposed to say this, but I'll say anyways, that the label was just like kind of like, I don't know what you guys are like doing, but let's try some other
I'm
things,
not putting
because
these out.
yeah, because when the pandemic hit, we were like, okay, screw it. Like, we don't have like a huge platform. Like, let's just really like write whatever we want to write, no matter what that sounds like or what it is. And it was a very far departure from like our last EP. And so yeah, we kind of took it to the label, and they're like, let's find like a good middle ground here. So we went back to the drawing board and wrote like a more rock central record that had some, you can hear like how it's a little bit different than like a lot of the bands that are out right now. And so that was pretty intentional, but it definitely we definitely brought it a lot more into a sharp tone realm. But yeah, that was kind of our writing process.
Okay.
Were those first batches of songs that the label was like, hey, let's maybe shift it a little closer to the rock side? Are those just kind of lost to time, or like, will they ever see the light of day, or are you going to put them out anytime soon?
We're gonna take the concepts and the ideas of what we're kind of going for and put a little more like modern approach from us into it, especially now that like we have like a new writing cast of members. We want to like honor the sound we are kind of trying to go for, but find a way to do it like today, so yeah, those songs kind of are just kind of uh gone with the wind.
Lost in the
Yeah.
sauce.
But it's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I don't know. It's a, cool catalog stuff that, maybe in like 10 years, if we're like dead as a band or we're doing really good, they'll just get leaked or something. And people will be like, I can't believe that this shit exists. Probably smarter than not to put it out. Just kidding.
And then on the topic of like the writing process in the pandemic, was a lot of it like done over Zoom, or were you guys able to get together?
A lot of it was just pretty much me and our former guitarist. And we did like our bassist, he would come over every once in a while and, might rewrite some bass parts or whatever. And our drummer would come over and make the drum parts more intricate and stuff like that. But me and him lived in Tacoma, and then our bassist and drummer lived in Seattle. So it's like a 45-minute drive or so. So it's kind of tough for us to link up too much. So a lot of it was just done kind of by us, and then those guys would come over and make their parts sound a little bit better. And yeah, it was a tough time to try to write everything though, for sure, because nobody was trying to really travel too much, and it was interesting for sure.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Okay, yeah. The one that took the longest to write. Okay, I actually am really bad and don't know like all the
That's okay.
song names memorized.
That's
But
fine.
Haven't
I've
started
got
the
it
press
here.
cycle quite yet. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. The one that took the longest to write was probably Deceiver, which is the last one. That one has a feature on it with one of my best friends. Her name's Tezza Talks. But we basically have been sitting on that demo from the same time as like those original demos that kind of were like, hey, you guys should do a little more rock central sound. But it was rock focused enough that we could use it for the record. But we had literally been sitting on that for like 2 years.
Jeez.
So so it did take a really long time to write, but it was mostly just because we had the instrumental where we kind of wanted it, and it just took me a while to really, I wanted to honor the song by making sure that the vocals were what they were supposed to be, I guess, and that did take me a long time. So producers that watch this, I promise I don't take 2 years to write things. That was a once that was a one-off thing. That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then what was the other question you had?
Personal favorite.
Personal favorite. Okay, personal favorite is gonna be Onyx Drive. That's definitely like the most. I don't know. I will say this. I know that the first time that we play that live, I will cry for sure. Like,
Mhm.
I'm a little sensitive type. That's kind of our band's thing anyway, so it's fine. It works. But yeah, that's the old address, like the old road that we used to live on, and yeah, like I was in a relationship for like 8 years that ended um recently ish. So that's kind of like it's just that song is kind of a culmination of like reflecting on the past, but trying to find like that silver lining for the future. And like the chorus on it says like, don't want to waste my youth for another night. Had to jump no parachute to learn that I could fly. To taking every view like it's the last time. Gotta say goodbye to my past life. It's hard to say goodbye. So yeah, that one's definitely my personal favorite just because it really genuinely holds like a lot of emotional weight. It wasn't like, okay, how do we make this a relatable song to where everybody can kind of get something from it, and kind of like not dumb it down, but make it a little more general so that, I don't know, people usually attach themselves to songs better. Cause like for me, when I listen to a song, I might get a totally different thing out of it than the person who wrote it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But with this song, it was like, I'm really just gonna like let it all out, and this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
So yeah, that one means a lot.
All right.
It's a good song.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer? Did you shuffle it around and see what fits? What was that process like?
Yeah, so we knew that we wanted to write like a record that had a little more of like, okay, if you listen from front to back, it's gonna feel like a story. It's gonna feel like a journey. So we put more intention. We didn't originally start writing that way, but towards the end of it, we put more intention into, okay, how can we like do little interlude things that make these songs flow together better, and how do we want the energies of the songs to flow into each other? So we knew that we needed like maybe a more chill song, because we wanted something like that towards the ending, like a little more of a something that brought you like a nostalgic feeling or something. So we were more intentional towards the end, but really we played a little bit of shuffleboard with it, and just really wrote intentional like interludes and endings to make sure that everything meshed together well.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah, because like I really feel like the songs take you on like a little roller coaster journey, and it's very intentional front to back.
For sure.
Hmm. Okay. Is it at all like a concept record in like any form, or is it just kind of like just a little journey?
I'd say it like teeters the line where like there wasn't like we didn't, not that it's like ever. I think concept records are cool. Actually, my last band, the last EP we did was like kind of a concept record. So I definitely don't think it's necessarily cheesy per se, but like we wanted to be able to write whatever we wanted to write.
Mm-hmm.
But we found that all the songs kind of told the story and kind of intertwined with one another, had similar like themes, and which basically it's about, again, reflecting on the past while trying to take that courageous step into the future, I suppose. So there is like a general theme there, but we didn't like overdo the story thing, I suppose.
That makes sense.
Understood. You're not writing a book on it.
Yeah, not writing a book. I think like, I've alluded to like daydreamer being kind of like the name of like the person who's taking this journey. And it's their journey from front to back. So yeah.
Absolutely. Love that. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Yeah, definitely like in a way worse place I'm in now. I'm in like a really good place mentally now. Yeah, it's cool. The pandemic was really tough, there was a lot going on at the time. Obviously I'm just like this white guy, blonde haired singer for a band, but there was all the BLM stuff going on. I work at a grocery store, so the pandemic and working in a grocery store was crazy terrible.
Yeah.
Everybody else at my house was laid off, so I was the only one working, which was wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, my headspace was just like, we didn't get a tour off like our last EP. Like when I was like 15, I was like, man, if any of my bands ever got signed, like that's gonna be the day. And being with Sharptone's been great. But like we didn't get a tour off the EP and stuff. So like a lot of things that would have happened organically, regardless of a label or not, all the opportunities that would have come with like a label didn't get to happen because of the pandemic. So it just put me in a funk because I was like, man, like I really like, I've grinded for like a decade, doing music and being in bands, playing DIY spots, like DIY tours for like 5 to 8 years, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So my headspace was definitely not in a good place. I definitely like, I came to find that I felt as if like I was polyamorous, and then got into a polyamorous relationship that didn't end super hot and ended like my 8-year relationship too. So it was crazy. It's like a whole like stir of things, and it was really hard to really buckle down and be like, while also working and dealing with all this, like buckle down and be like, okay, who am I, and where do I want to go? Where do I want my headspace to be? Because it was really bad for a while. The state of the world, climate change, and personal relationships, and obviously isolation from being able to go to shows and have time with friends and stuff. So it's kind of cool to have like this piece of art that is like a reflection of that time of life, and I think in that people are going to be able to relate a lot. And hopefully they'll be able to like be like, dang, this reminds me of my time during the pandemic too, and I'm in a much better place now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Curious as to how you kind of kept yourself motivated throughout the pandemic with all of your personal things going on in the state of the world and everything going on.
Yeah, it was overwhelming. I also have like ADHD, so it was like hard to like, where do I put my energy? Like went to a few like protests, was watching lots of documentaries on like climate change stuff. So that was like those were motivating factors for me to keep honoring myself by standing up for what I want to stand up for, and keep fighting for another day to hopefully see things, try to help things get better and just be a voice out there. That motivated me to see like, honestly, to see that other people were also in the same boat of like, man, this is a really tough time of life. And it motivated me to be like, I gotta express myself on this record, because I think that I could use it, and I think that everybody around me could use it. So it was a very like community driven time with us being so isolated essentially. But that's what kept me motivated for sure. Yeah. And I just wanted to be able to go on the road again so I could have some Hungry Howie's pizza. That kept me motivated. I was like, if I don't get this record done, that means we don't tour, which means I don't get Hungry Howie's pizza. Exactly. So, I mean, like, I don't want to downplay everything else, but I think that may have been biggest driving
The
force.
main factor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find it at all difficult starting the process of creating this album because you weren't necessarily able to celebrate the release of your last record?
Yeah. What was the first part of the question again?
Did you find it difficult to start the process of this record because you weren't
Oh,
necessarily able to celebrate the release of the record? Like you weren't able to tour it, you weren't able to kind of
yeah.
see the people singing the lyrics back at you in the
Yeah.
crowd. You weren't able to get that kind of recognition because the music industry was put in like a limbo.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. It was definitely like hard to like motivate ourselves to want to keep going. If we're being completely honest, there was
Mm-hmm.
so much going on, and like I don't know. It just comes to a point where it's like, would you be happier just doing like your day job and hanging out with your friends on the weekends? And is that enough for me? Like personally, for me, it's not. I got really depressed with the thought that like maybe music was done for me during the pandemic. So it was hard to kind of believe in myself and get over that hump of wanting to write new music because we didn't get to see the response from the EP, and
Yeah.
it was a very discouraging time. But yeah, we just found motivation, and a lot of people still finding out about our record and leaving nice things online and stuff, and knowing that that's all we can do for other people too, and how much our other art meant to us during that time. So we're latched onto how other people felt about our record as much as we could understand.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
It is a night drive album only.
Mhm.
I watched one of your interviews and somebody said it's not up for me to decide, and they're so right about that. They're so right. But I'm saying for this, they're wrong. No, I
Mhm.
just really think that this one is like drive at night. Really be in your feels, take that stuff in. Our next record will be a car ride with your friends
Okay.
party record, but this one is definitely just like an emotional self-discovery journey sort of record.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah, we've said that like that was actually like one of the biggest driving points about the record from the
that.
time before we even went to the studio.
Mhm.
Was like you got to listen to this at night drive record alone. Like that's it. So that's why I'm so serious about it. But truly, wherever you find the best place to listen to it for you is, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Perfect. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
No more, no less. Okay, those weren't any of my words. Roller coaster. Um, roller coaster emotional journey.
There you go.
Oh,
That's good.
that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is genuinely what that record is like, front to back. There's a little intro sound that's like the guy getting into the car and then the radio station coming on, whatever, and that like starts the journey.
Mhm.
And it literally goes right into just a like big emotional song, and doesn't stop from there. So it's definitely just a emotional roller coaster of a journey.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Cool question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Yeah. I don't know. When I was like a kid, I was really into this scene. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like a depressed like middle school, like early in high school. By the end, I was fine. But the music, I definitely like. I don't know if it was what I was supposed to get for it or what they intended, but it definitely made me like, when I was sad, I would be even sadder, but I liked it. And I just
Mhm.
really care to say, if that's what you need, go. I was there at one point in my life, but I would hope that people feel hopeful, because again, like it's really cool, like where I'm at today, personally, emotionally, and where I was when I was writing the record. And the record's just about really holding on to tomorrow's a new day. And there's going to be a chance for for everything to be better always, life just keeps going, good or bad, something good happens tomorrow's still going to have a whole lot of opportunities for good or bad, so I just really hope that what people get out of it or the emotion that they feel is hopeful. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that a lot. That was perfect.
Thank you.
So what is your favorite memory that you made while creating this album?
Oh man, that's a good one. Best memory I made while creating this album. Um, well, when we were in the actual studio, the first day we showed up, the guy who produced our record, Sam, who works with like the Devil Wears Prada and Silverstein, and he like mixed a Drug Church record. He's done like so much crazy
I'm so
stuff.
jealous. That guy is so cool. He follows us on Twitter. He's so cool. If you're watching this, you're so cool, Sam.
Sam, you are
Sam.
so cool. And Kyle, his assistant, is super cool too. Shout out Nightwell. He plays in that band. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're great.
Hell yeah.
But we pull up. We've never met the guy before, and the day that we got in the studio, he had like gotten a new Tesla.
Damn.
Yeah, and he was like really pumped. He's one of those guys that's like pretty chill on the outside or whatever, but like when it comes to stuff like that, he's like balls to the wall. Like, I want to drive this thing as fast as I can. I just got it. So I'm also like a bad backseat driver. Like anybody will tell you, if I'm not the one driving, I'm like,
me too.
Oh, can you like,
I have to like close my eyes.
Yeah. And like, people could be driving genuinely perfectly fine, following the speed limits, stopping when they need to stop and stuff, but I'll still like have a reaction. But he's on this highway, like zipping through people like 2 feet away. Like he's really testing out this car. And I'm literally I've got my feet like pressed against the like front of the car. And like, I like literally almost peed myself for sure. So I would say that was definitely like the most memorable moment of creating the record. It was real close. Like I genuinely almost peed myself, but I made it. And
you're here to tell a tale.
Yeah, I'm here to tell a tale. I still like, all my pants are salvageable. Everything's great.
That's good.
But I was so scared. But Sam handled it like a professional, like the true professional he is. And I do want to shout him out and say if there's any openings, in F1 or like NASCAR, I think he's the next up and coming guy. He wants to do like a career change. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad that no pants were destroyed in the making of this album.
It was close.
That's great. So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Okay. I think it was the dude from what was that band called, Fencer?
Yeah.
Fencer.
Yeah, I think he said Loves. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell him, I liked his interview. I think he's great, but he needs to get better gas station choices. Wawa. I'm at a Wawa. And you know what I'm doing? I'm ordering from the kitchen because it's still open at 3 a.m.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting mac and cheese, and I'm getting a little like Caesar salad.
Exactly.
Because I'll tell you what our guitarist is getting. Ross is getting chicken fingers because he gets roasted in the band because he has the most childlike palate. I don't eat meat, so traveling's kind of tough. Being on the road. But my snack of choice, if I was just like at a general gas station, I'm gonna say trail mix is so boring, but I love trail mix. I love a good trail.
It's delicious.
It's so good. And it's like when you're on the road, like nothing's worse than feeling like shit. Sorry if I can't swear on here.
No, you could swear.
Shouts out to the kids that hear adults say swear words and repeat them, but know when to and when not to.
There you go. Yep.
I would also say junior mints are pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's worse than being on the road and feeling like shit. So like, I don't know, getting like something that's actually nutritious and like beneficial for your body is really good. Your gut health and your mental health are intertwined.
They are.
So tour is really tough because you're also like not getting any sleep. So shouts out trail mix and shouts out to guys and bands taking care of their guts so they can take care of their butts, because I don't like when the van gets stinky. I ain't here for that.
Stuck in a little van? Absolutely not, man.
No.
Nah, you're making sure everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Shouts out our drummer Chon for a good self-discovery of getting better with his diet as well. He would hate me if he heard me say that.
Shout out him for taking a fucking probiotic, bro.
Yeah. We've been on our probiotic games. We drinking kombucha.
I was gonna say kombucha, yeah.
Dude, kombucha's so good though.
Mhm.
Favorite. Okay, so I know you guys didn't ask this, but I'll tell you anyway.
That's okay.
Favorite like GTs, kombuchas.
Mhm.
I gotta say, Guava Goddess.
That's good.
That one's really good. The mango one, Mighty Mango, I think is what it's called. Is really
that one's good.
Man, I should have like a.
I want you to say my favorite. I'm waiting.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say it probably, but like I think it's like called like Serenity or whatever. It's like the blue one. It's got the blue spirulina in it. That one's. It doesn't taste phenomenal, but I just know that it's doing wonders for my body.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
What is your favorite?
Lemonberry.
Oh, respect. I haven't tried that one. I was afraid like the acidity from the lemon and like, you know, like usually there's ginger or like black pepper in there, like the spiciness of that I thought would be too much, but you're saying it's pretty good vibe.
It tastes exactly like raspberry lemonade. It is like, it's delicious.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying that. That.
It's the best. Like my family buys like 5 every week. There are 5 people in my family, obviously. Every time there's a lemon one, it's like I start throwing out everything. I'm like, no. Fuck you, I'm taking this one. This is mine. It's like, oh yeah. It's claimed now. Everybody knows that every time a lemonberry comes out, it's mine. Yeah.
Don't be trying to touch on that. No, I feel that.
Exactly.
There's this other one. I just want to shout it out. I think it's from another company. Mm-hmm. I think it's Health Aid, and it's tangerine and passion fruit. And that one is definitely like the cut. Sorry, we got into a little kombucha thing, and I just had it.
It's great.
It was on my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's okay. I don't have many opportunities to talk about kombucha. It's like one of my favorite drinks. Yeah. It is my favorite drink. So thank you for letting me speak about this.
I'm honored, honestly. And since we're talking about like healthy beverages, I also want to shout out to a company called Rebel. Mm-hmm. They make like plant-based protein shakes, and they also put like mushrooms in them as well, like reishi and the lion's mane and a few others. Those things go tough. Hazelnut chocolate and dark chocolate. If anybody ever gets into that world or is listening to this, try those out and you can thank me later.
I'm definitely gonna have to check those out because I'm looking for a good plant-based protein. So that'd be good.
That's the one. And I work. Hey, talk to me off this podcast anytime. I work in the whole body section of a Whole Foods, so I know all the cuts when it comes to plant-based proteins.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I might have to take you up on that.
I got you.
So actually on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
I don't want to like mess up this question because our drummer is very passionate about food and he's worked in kitchens for a long time. Mm-hmm. He's also there's also like 3 white guys in our band and he is Asian. And he'd be like, I think he'd be upset with me if like I didn't choose like the right thing because he probably wouldn't want me to say anything too outlandish. I gotta think of something. Okay, I've got this. Gumbo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're definitely gumbo. Like, I mean, there's the right like hint of, you know, cultural taste, while having like unexpected things go really well together with just a flavor that you don't have too often.
Okay. That's good.
That's beautiful.
Nailed it.
Sean's gonna be happy.
So for the last couple of questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Shit, I thought we were talking like Suge Knight death row. I was like, okay, I can handle this. Okay. Well, actually, I couldn't because I heard he like hung somebody off a balcony one time and got them to sign a record contract.
Damn.
Yeah. Because, you know, if it's on paper, like, that's your own fault.
Exactly, yeah.
Who has to know how it happened? Okay, last meal. Oh, this is so tough. I've got like a few categories that are my favorite. So I'm going to first mention those, like honorable like mentions, you know what I mean? We're going to go Qdoba burrito. Then we're going to go, I also got shouts out Kid Cuisines from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Those things were slapping and they had like a little like cute penguin guy on the front of them, I think. So that was cool. And then we just got to throw it out for Thai food in general.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go pad ki mao would be the last thing I would ever have. I like some drunken noodles, some thick noodles
Mm-hmm.
with some fried tofu.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just got to be the right spot, you know, because like the sauce on it just has to really just smack, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going pad ki mao. Final answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your drink, what's your drink?
Oh, drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if it has to if we're going complimentary,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go very basic, hot green tea. If we're just going last drink ever, because like you gotta have like one last sip before you go, I'm gonna say raspberry Coca-Cola. Shout out British Columbia exclusive flavor. We had actually that was the first time I'd ever had that when we were in Toronto doing the record. This burrito spot that Sam took us to had these raspberry Cokes, and they were just so good. I honestly like it costs like $50 to get like a 6-pack like shipped to you in America. And I've like,
oh my God.
I haven't done it obviously because like I genuinely am broke, but like I've considered it. I really have. And I don't know, like maybe I should just do it just for the meme, you know, because now like I've talked about it on here. Is it worth 50? I think it's worth $50. I'm saying, okay, but I'm saying,
no,
don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's
I
not.
fucking love soda, so it's totally worth it.
See, but your soda is like $6.
Glory is like the angel over here, and Shane's like little devil over here. And honestly, I'm listening to the devil on this one. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, anytime.
God damn it, Shane.
I'm gonna do it for the meme.
Absolutely. Let me know how it is.
I will, but I'm just saying, like, if you're that passionate about it, like it's the last drink I'll ever have.
Mm-hmm.
Is one bottle worth like $10 to me? Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. I think I'm gonna go for it.
Hell yeah.
Right.
I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me figure that out. Like I need a new car, but I think like British Columbia.
Bro, cars are temporary.
They are.
Raspberry Coca-Cola is forever.
It lives in here forever.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. Hell yeah. Thank you, Shane.
Of course.
I can't right now. But if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh man, I just want to go off the dome with that one, but I'm gonna have to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Fictional world. There's so many good ones. I feel like I'm gonna answer this wrong, and so I just really want to take a second here, you know, because I've played like lots of Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've played lots of computer games over the time. Fictional world. I'm gonna go Diablo 2. I mean, well, shouts out one of the greatest games of all time. I think that's pretty understood. I just want to go in there and be like a wizard and just fuck shit up, you know? Like I would, yeah. I think it'd be really cool. Also, like the general vibe is like, you know, there's some magic stuff going on, but it's also like very like old. Like obviously there's no internet inside of that world.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you're just out there with your homies, like messing up, like all sorts of creatures and stuff like that. So I don't know. Doesn't that sound like fun? Like, what if that was like your purpose in life? You don't have to go to your 9 to 5 anymore. You just wake up and you fuck shit up.
That'd be so fun.
That's the dream.
Hell yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
So yeah. Honorable mentions though, I would say probably like Kirby Land. I feel like that's just really fun and fluffy and cute, and like I'd really enjoy just basking in all the pink.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just like to be like somebody who just watches Kirby go along on all the adventures, and yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, it's not my number one though. Yeah, I'm sticking with Diablo 2.
All right, sounds good.
Pick.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Specific shade of blue.
Yeah, we're gonna go with it's called Air Force Blue.
Okay.
There's a story, I can't remember it. I'm gonna get this so wrong, but I'm pretty sure like the Soviets had like overproduced this textile that was like this certain blue shade, and they sold all of it to like the UK, who used it for their Air Force, and then it got adopted over here as the official Air Force color as well, and it's called Air Force Blue. It's almost like a midnight blue mixed with like a gray tone kind of. So that specific shade of blue, I would say, is 100% my favorite color. Honorable mentions.
Okay.
Because I mean, that's just like my favorite color. Like I do like it on garments and stuff like that as well. But like, I really like clothes. So I'm going to have to go with like brown would probably be like my favorite garment color.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So as I said,
Wait, what are your guys' favorite colors though? That's like really important.
Yellow.
black.
And give me reasons why.
I just it's really embarrassing. I just kind of had to stick with it. She knows why. I used to be like a really big 21 Pilots fan, and they had a specific hex code of yellow. I'm no longer a 21 Pilots fan. Just want to put that out.
You're not.
What,
are you guys embarrassed to be like? Would you be embarrassed to be a 21 Pilots fan? Let's get that out in the air now.
if I was a 21 Pilots fan now, I would probably be embarrassed.
I wouldn't be friends with her.
No.
Wait, explain why. I want to know why. I don't listen to 21 Pilots like that often, but
Okay.
yes, you aren't offending me.
Okay, good. I was really worried from your reaction. I was like, shit. Oh god, I have to backtrack now.
No,
I love 21 Pilots.
Our drummer does not like 21 Pilots, so it's
Perfect.
all good. It's all good. I just want to know y'all's reasoning why.
Well, their last album was not good. Trench was I can say Trench is still like a pretty good record.
Yeah.
Haven't listened to it in like 3 years, but I remember it being good. I don't know. The fan base is very cringy.
Okay.
The music is kind of teetering on. It's something that my family tried to tell me before, but I was like, no, they're just having fun. It's kind of teetering on what is it? Cultural appropriation, where it's kind of just it's just it's a little strange. But I don't know. It's just kind of like meh.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean, like lyrical content wise and stuff like
Mhm.
that too. Like, I don't know. There's, that part's tough for me. I like the soundscaping a little bit. Like, I think they do I didn't listen to the last record.
Don't.
I don't plan to, but yeah, like I don't know. I like the soundscaping they do.
Mhm.
But yeah, the lyrical content for me is usually like a little tough, and I'm not like obviously a savant with lyric writing by any means, but I think I don't know. Yeah, so I do feel you on that. I respect that. And that was when you liked them, huh? Because the yellow was like the Trench record, right?
It was the Trench record, and
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it. Yellow was everywhere. I made all the rolls everywhere that I had, just like yellow, bright yellow. So now I feel like I just have to commit to it now.
I respect that.
Years.
I'm trying to keep their fandom going. I recently thrifted a 21 Pilots beanie and resold it to somebody who's gonna love it in California, and they bought it for $15.
Nice.
So,
hell yes, $15 in your pocket. That's awesome.
Yes, and a brand new beanie that they love, even though maybe they shouldn't.
So true.
Hey,
So true.
Worked out.
Hell yeah.
exactly. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, we really suck at social media. We're like mainly like a Spotify and like streaming platform band. We do well on those places, but not on social media. So I want to shout out to our Instagram. We're finally, for the first time in our life, giving TikTok a chance. So go find us on those things. When is this coming out?
In the next couple of weeks, after the record's been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hope you guys are really fucking with our new song, Strange Juice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, that's not really like, there's a lot of strange juices out there. Just make sure you're careful what you're drinking. So this is more of a PSA I want to give out to everybody. Make sure you know what's in your cup,
Absolutely.
And even sometimes I've had things in my cup that I knew was in there, and then I was like, maybe I didn't like that. So there's that. Our record Daydreamer comes out on March 31st. So keep your eyes out for that. And then lastly, just want to shout out Shane and Glory for being so awesome. And want to shout out Avoid because they're my friends.
Hell yeah. Benny's nuts.
Yeah.
He is very nuts. I've been on tour with him and have also seen his nuts. So yes, he is. Yeah, that's my guy.
That's crazy.
That's how you know that like you're friends when you're in a touring band full of young immature men. So
yeah. And you just show each other your nuts. It's perfect.
We're friends. I've seen his nuts.
Yeah, of course.
That's how you really know.
All right. Well, thank you for now. This has been Summy from Dead Lakes, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.